Yeah, so we managed to bring all the knowledge articles back to the customer portal. Now it's time to create actual portal users so that we can able to test by logging in as a user and then configure the pages that is needed for a customer portal user, and then we can focus on guest users as well. So this is what we're going to do it. We're going to enable first customer portal users, and then we are going to create a separate profile to manage all our customer contacts, so that through the profile we can able to control the security, and also we will create a separate page layout because we are planning to introduce a case management for our customer contacts, isn't it? So let's enable case management and also create a separate page layout for customer portal users, and then we'll set up the audiences as well. So without further ado, yeah, let's go and then look into our sites. So first, let's go to the builder. Yeah, from here we can go to this administration. On the top, from here we can go to the administration. Very first thing that I'm going to do it, I'm going to activate this entire portal that we have just built. Yeah, so ensure that this is activated. So which means the site it's ready to open up for the members. Okay, so now let's create a profile and then let's add customer contacts into the profile, and then let's ensure that the profile is added as a member of a site so that any users having the profile can able to access the site. So that's how we can enable the site for customer contacts. The very first thing is we first need to activate the site, number one. Number two, create a profile, then add users to the profile, then ensure that the profile is configured as a member of as a member as a member of this customer portal. So right now we don't have a separate profile, isn't it? So let's go and then ensure that a profile is created back in Salesforce. So let's go back to the Salesforce and let's go and then find a profile. So we do have standard profiles for customer portal users. So let's clone that one. So right here you have customer community user, right? Let us clone this one. I'm going to give a name customer community user. So that's the name of the profile. Let's save this. Done. And let's ensure some basic security settings have been added to this profile. Number one is access to knowledge object, because users having this profile should see knowledge articles in the customer portal, right? So we need to ensure that access to knowledge object is given. So we just have to give read access. That should be fine. There is no need for the customer portal users to create or edit, isn't it? So only the read object, only the read access. So perfect. So that is done. Let's go back and then save this. Number one. Number two, remember we organized our knowledge articles, using data categories, right? Now it is time to enable data categories, or make data categories visible for this profile users. So you have an option right here. By default, the visibility is all set as none. Let's click and then edit each group, and then ensure that this is appropriately set. So this is for the first category. I just enabled all access or all categories. Let's go ahead and then let's say this is also all categories visibility, and let's do this again for the third one, because I want all the knowledge articles, right, should be visible for the portal users. So that's the reason I'm just going to enable all categories. Perfect. That's the second thing that we have done. And now we managed to do a couple of things, right? We have configured data category visibility setup, right, through which the customer portal users or users having this profile will see the knowledge articles in customer portal. So that is taken care of. Now let's go back to the object and let's look for knowledge. So we do have a default page layout, right, for knowledge, for showing knowledge articles, and this is how it will look like. For example, as a system administrator, if I go to the portal and take a look at one of the articles, right, I see details about the title, the summary, right, title summary plus I have the yeah, I have the URL name, perfect. And so right now, I would like to see only the information that a customer portal user can see. So this is how, this is how I wanted to see. But let's take a look at how it is available right now in our site. Yeah, let's go to our site first. Let me duplicate this. The idea is we wanted to create a separate page layout for our customer portal users. So that's the idea. And if you go right to this, yeah, this is our website, right? This is our customer portal, right? If I go and then take a look at one of the articles, let it load. Look at this, I see title, summary, URL plus additional, additional fields which I wanted to avoid. Right now, I'm an administrator, so that's the reason I just see all the fields. So we wanted to create a separate page layout that is meant for, customer portal users where we can just, avoid showing fields that are not relevant for the customer portal users. So that's the thing we're going to do now. So let's go back to yeah, let's go back to Object Manager, Knowledge, Page Layout. Let's create a new page layout. So let's take this as a base one, and then we'll just say Knowledge Layout for Community User. Let's say Save. Right, and right here, let's remove the fields that are no longer needed. So we don't need to show these checkboxes for customer community portal users. Right, we'll just simply show title, summary, and URL. That's all it is. Let's save and then let's do page layout assignment as a next step. Now we have a new page layout. So let's say page layout assignment and then let us edit and ensure that for customer community user, the layout is changed from knowledge layout to knowledge layout community user. Let's save this. Perfect. So now knowledge is taken care, right? Good. So I think pretty much this is what we have to do it at the profile end. And then let's go back. Perfect. So back in the customer community portal, right? We wanted to say that we wanted to configure, hey, this is the profile that this is the profile and this is the profile for which we need to open up this customer community portal. So basically, what happens is when you choose the profile, in our case, let me choose all, and then I should see the new profile that I created. Yeah. So now when I map this, what happens is users having system administrator profile or users having customer community user profile can now access customer community portal. Yeah. So I can use profiles or I can use permission sets, right, to provide access to the users, right, community portal users. So this time I'm going to use profiles. Yeah. So this is how you enable access to users, right, to the customer community portal. Perfect. So this is done. Let's ensure that this is saved. Perfect. The settings have been changed. And now let's create a sample user and then see how the site will look like for a sample user. Okay. So let's go back to the site. Let's go back to Salesforce and then first let's go to accounts. And let's create a new account. Let's create a new account for North America. We'll say it's a North America account. So this is the account which we are going to, keep uh, track of all the traveler contacts, right, from North America. So I'm just going to create a generic account, North America portal account. Yeah, and then I'll just leave the rest as is, and then we'll just simply save this. And as I said, right, this is a common account for North America, which will hold all the traveler details, all the travelers, from North America. So that's the idea. So let me create a new contact. So I'll just say Mr. Johnny Depp, Mr. Johnny Depp, and we'll just ensure that the yeah, so as you can just see, this is a temporary email, and yeah, this is the email that I want to give, and let's first save this contact. Now the contact has just been saved, right? Let's go to the contact. So we have to convert this contact into a user, to a user record, so that the this particular contact can able to log into the customer portal and then start accessing the portal. So to do that, what happens is you will just see an option called enable customer user. So when you click, automatically this contact gets converted into a user record in Salesforce, right? So the very first thing is you need an account, you need a contact, right? And then you have to convert that contact into a customer user. Let's see how we can do it. So I just clicked on enable customer user, and this will take you to the user screen automatically. It pre-populates the first name, last name, email address, everything, right? And now it is time to just map the um, profile which we created. Perfect. So this is cool. He is active now, right? So before you save, just one thing we have to cross check. So this contact was created by me, isn't it? So if I go back here and it's Johnny Depp, right? So this is a common problem that people will face when creating a user for customer portal. So the contact owner or the owner of the record, right, has to have a role, has to have a role in the system, without which, the user cannot create or you cannot convert a contact into a customer portal user. So right now there is no role. It is likely to, throw an error when I try to save this. Okay. So it says this, account owner must be associated with the road, right? That's what is happening. So if we go back here, right? All right. So let me just go back a bit. So the Johnny Depp contact is part North America account, right? So North America account owner is, let's take a look so that we can find out how to resolve this error first. Yeah, so North America account, right? So North America portal account, if you go to North America portal account, of course, the account owner is Butterfly. If you go to the user record of this particular user, right, account owner, you will see the role is not mapped. And this is the reason why we are unable to create a customer community portal user. So let's edit. Okay, for now, let me create or let me give a role. Done. So the role has been given to the account owner. Now let's go back and try to save this record. Let's see what happens when we save this. Good. So now a user record has been created for the contact. So this is how you can enable a customer contact to use customer community portal. So As a next step, let's go back and then check how this particular user can log in and then see what options that he is actually seeing on the customer portal. And this is how, the custom or the user will receive an option to set up his own username and password. So we just created this user, isn't it? And then I gave this dummy email which lasts for just 10 minutes just to show you how the login email, right, or welcome email will be received by the user. So this is the inbox, and as you can just see, there is automatically, an email was sent from the customer portal welcoming the user. So if you just click, this is how it will look like. So welcome to traveler.live, and this is where the user can just, go and then set his or her own password. Let's click. It takes the user to the page where he can set a password right here. So let me just set a password. Perfect. So now the user has just, you know, has created his own password, and this is how it will, this is how the page will look like, the customer portal will look like for the logged in user. So if you want to just take a look at the profile of the user, you can just go here and then take a look at the profile. So it should say Johnny Depp. Let's take a look. Yeah, remember this is the username, right, of Johnny Depp, correct? So now you have logged in as, Johnny Depp. So let's go and then take a look at the home page. Of course, there is a search bar, and you can just see the user is actually seeing all the key topics, right? So let's say the user clicks on customer service. There is one article pertaining to customer service or an FAQ. The user clicks here, and now you can just see this, right? The user is just seeing the information that he is supposed to see. Only the title, summary, and URL. Again, everything is in a read-only mode, correct? So that's how it is. Yeah, because we managed to create a separate page layout, remember, for for the knowledge object, and then we assign that to custom community portal user profile. Right? So things are working just fine. Let's also cross-check if navigation is working. Good. So I'll click here, click, perfect. So now we can safely assume that it is working for our customer community portal users. So let's enable case management, and then now we'll configure separate page layout for cases, and then see how a case can be submitted a, by an authenticated user, and then move forward. Yes, let's enable case management, for which we have to go back to the builder. So let's go to the site. From here, we can just go to the builder, and I want to bring this case option on the navigation bar. So right now we have home topics, right? I want to show case as a link for users to click. So when you are in this configuration mode, just click here, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to edit the default navigation. And right now I see home and topics. Let me add a new menu item. So I'm gonna give a name. Let's say cases. Just have it this way. And the type is a Salesforce object. And I'm gonna map the case object. And I'll just say default view. Let's have my cases. Okay, and we'll just say save. So now you should see a new link called cases added, isn't it? So let's preview and then see what happens. So I'm in the preview mode. When I click on case, it directly takes me, to the cases, right? So right now I'm an administrator. That's the reason I just see all the cases, which I have access to. But when this page is viewed by a customer community portal users, right? This will only show, only show, we will configure appropriate settings so that it only shows, the cases that have been created by the user. Yeah. So this is a system administrator view, and we'll just further make some changes so that we can remove some of the buttons, some of the options available by default in the community portal. So let's go back to the builder, and yeah. So when you are in this page, right, you just click here, and you will just see certain options right on this panel. So I want to show 10 records, number of records by default. It's going to be full, fine. Allow list spinning, allow inline edit. No, no inline edit is accepted. Allow list spinning, fine. Header properties, let's say. So you do have options to just, play around. Show image icon, let it be. Show list actions, show list search, charts, filters, let it be. For now, let's go with this one. Let's go with this one and then see what happens. So as you can just see this right now, I don't see the options, the buttons right on the top, and I don't also see this, search, right? So it's just fairly simple. You can just play around with this, yeah, and we'll have the list search. So now the search is appearing right here, isn't it? So that's how we can able to play around. Yeah, perfect. Now let's publish the changes. Okay, while it is being published, it is time for us to configure case management for customer community portal users. So for which, let's head back to Salesforce and then start configuring it. To start with, so let's go back to Salesforce, and let's go to first the sharing settings, because for external users, basically the community users, right, the Experience Cloud users, we would like to ensure that the case sharing is set as private. Yeah, for now this is private, which is cool. Just ensure that this is set as private. Yeah, that's the first thing. Number two, let's go to the object manager, and let's go to the object case, right? And let's try to create a separate page layout for external users so that we can show only relevant details for the users. Yeah, let's do that. Yes, let's try to create a separate case page layout for our customer community portal users. Let me go here and then click on case page layouts. I do have default page layouts. Let's click a new one. Let's click the new button. Let's take this as a base page layout, and then let's try to create one for case layout for just say case layout external users. Yeah, external portal users rather. I'll just put it that way. We'll just say save. And now let's ensure this page layout contains only the fields that are needed for external community portal users. So we'll have the case owner, case number, we'll have the account name, contact name. I'll just bring it right here. We'll have the account name right here. Status is fine, priority, contact, email is fine. Let's bring contact email right here, contact phone right here, and web name remove, date time open fine, date time close fine. Uh, we'll remove these two, and then we'll have case number, type, case reason, priority, case origin. Let's have it somewhere here. Status priority fine. So other than that, we need to bring in anything else. Let me just cross check. Right, let's look for subject. It's there. Where is it? Yeah, so let's bring this one on the top. And then we'll ensure that all other details go into this case information. Case reason, contact name, case number, case number. That's it. I think this should be fine. We are going to show subject, description, internal comments, and there is a separate section to show other details about the case. Done. Let's just first save this and then assign this new page layout to the to the community portal user profile. So let's go to page layout assignment. Of course, we do have a profile now for customer community user. Let's edit the assignment and let's ensure that this is mapped. This new page layout is mapped. That's it. Perfect. Now the separate page layout has been created, right? So let's do other things now. First, let's try to log in as the user, the portal user, and then let's see if we are able to, if the person or if the customer contact is able to log a case or look into the cases. Yeah. So the very first thing is there are two ways in which we can able to test it. One, we do have we just set the password for the user, right? I can log in as the user and then check. Or the other way is as an administrator, what I can do is I can go to the contact first. Let's look for Johnny Depp. Yeah. So while you are in now this is just for testing purpose. While you are in the contact record, and if you look at the actions, you have an option to log in as experience, log in into experience as user. So this will, enable proxy login, and you will just see, you will just get logged in as the user Johnny Depp, and then you can just see details on the page. This is one way of doing it. Otherwise, you can log in with this username and password. This was the username, right? And the password that we had set to, to check how the customer portal community is appearing for the user. Yeah, either ways it just works fine. So let's use this option quickly. Okay, so now you can just see this is loading the customer portal. Again, as a proxy user, I'm actually logged in as Johnny Depp. If you go to profile, you will just see the customer is Johnny Depp. So this is how you can able to test it. Yeah, as a system administrator. So now I see cases. Click here. And now I don't see any cases yet because I have logged in as Johnny Depp, and right now Johnny Depp did not create any cases, right? There is no option to create a new case, isn't it? But the customer portal gives you a default option to create a case, which is which you will find it in the home page itself. So that is this contact support out of the box feature available in customer portal. When you click, yeah, it just asks you, subject and description to create a case. Let's talk about this in contact name, which is right now not relevant. Yeah, we'll just see how we can remove this particular field. But let's first try to create a new case. Okay, I'll just say refund not updated. Yeah, you could just say the team, my refund for previous cancellation did not get updated. Yeah. So very simple, very simple case that user is trying to log. Let's see what happens when the user clicks on submit. As you can just see this, right? A new case has been created, right? Here is the case number. When the user clicks on this case number, it takes directly user to the case page layout which we just configured with the relevant fields, isn't it? So now we can just see this how everything is connected, right? So we managed to create a separate page layout. We enabled or we ensured that the sharing settings for case, right, is set as private, right? So the user can see only the only the cases that the user has logged in, right? And the other options are simply available out of the box. You can further fine tune. You have the page layout, separate page layout. You can decide whether you want to show certain fields or certain options on the page, etc., etc. Yeah. So one last thing that I would like to do in the case management is if I go back to the home page or the cases home page, how do we modify this particular layout. So right now this layout has got three fields, right? Subject, description, four fields rather, upload file and a contact name. This seems to be irrelevant in our case because the user who is going to log in the case is not going to choose any contact, right? So I have to first remove this. How do I do it? So we can do it very simply. And what you see right here is a global action. It's a global action that you configure in in your Salesforce org. So using this global action, you can just fine tune the layout. You can decide what fields that you would like to show on this fields to show or hide, on this page layout. So we can certainly do it very simply. For which, let's go back to the org, and while you are in the org, just go to the setup. Yeah, search for global and then global actions. So you will find a global action with the name new community case. And why new community case? We'll just quickly show you why I picked new community case. If you go back to this, let's just close this portal. Yeah, let's go to the portal in the configuration mode, right? So let's go to the builder. So I'm in the portal. Yeah, I'm in the portal. And yeah, when I click on this particular customer support, let's go to the preview mode and then click on customer support. It takes you to this page. Just look at to this page that is getting loaded, custom contact support, right? Now go back to the builder. When you click, it just shows you more details about this particular component. Yeah, general settings, site performance, etc. Site performance, authenticated users, and now you can just see this is the global action mapped for this contact support form. So and this is the reason why I just wanted to go to the global action and particularly new community case. So this drives the layout, for this form. Yeah. So now let's go back to the global action back in the Salesforce. Yeah, new community case. Let's edit this. So let's click new community case and you have different options. Yeah. Let's click on edit layout. And now you can just see this, right? The contact name, subject, everything's appearing, right? Let's remove this. Okay, and then let's click on save. That's it. It's just been saved, isn't it? Now let's go back to the contact Johnny Depp, and let's log in as what just happened. Yeah, we have Johnny Depp contact record right here. So let's log in to experience as his user. Let's let it load. Perfect. Now let's click on contact support. I think I should publish this changes first. Let me do that. Yeah, let me refresh this page. Now you can just see this, right? That contact option is gone. That field is gone, right? So layout change has been done. So if you ever wanted to change the default customer contact support form, all you have to do is just ensure that the layout is modified back in the Salesforce, right? The global action in the Salesforce. So that's it pretty much. We enabled case management, right? For our community portal users. So as a next step, let's see how we are going to alter this community portal for guest users. Someone who is coming to our portal, right, and not getting authenticated, any guest user. Yeah. Let's see how we wanted to change the portal look and feel for guest users.